Good morning, it's Kale. I'm going to do a kind of a little mix this morning. So let me finish just setting up everything. Hold on. I'm going to kind of mess with the camera a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to turn off that auto exposure thing. So I've got the light a little bit weird in here, but I just, it's not sunny out yet. I guess it's cloudy out. It's just the light's funny in here. So good morning. Welcome on in. If you've been here before, thanks. And if you're new, thanks. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel for more like this. So I bought some new color pencils for when I go RVing with my husband. So we drive out to the lake, and usually in the summer here in Texas it's really hot, so I stay inside in the camper quite a bit, and I want something to do, so I want to color. So I had some markers with me this past weekend when we went out to the lake, but the markers were old and they weren't working very well, so I'm like, I need new color pencils just for the camper. So I bought these Star Joy. I've seen some reviews on them that they're supposed to be pretty good. Apparently they're oil based. That's the binder that's holding the pigment together, and there are 120 color pencils in here. I have not opened this yet. I actually just got it the other day. So let's go ahead and pop this open and see what's inside. I always like new color pencils. So let's see, we've got a book, a little booklet, and this is where you can do your swatches. Oh, it's not going to show it. There you go. I don't know what that sound was that my dog made, but okay. So I'll end up doing the swatches. And then it's got some... It's got like the pencil number and code, so it's like 1R, and then the explanation of code and color group will be red, and then the pencils, numbers and code, and yeah, so like 1R is red, 2R is red, and then just some kind of general information. So they have analogous colors, primary, saturated colors, grayscale, skin tone, and pastel. And they've pre-sharpened them to a short point instead of a long one. Shorter tips mean less breakage. The cores are long-lasting and are glued into the pencil to prevent shattering. And I was reading that they're made out of basswood. So that's the little booklet that's inside. Then on the tin, this is metal. It's got a list of the colors and that color number. So 1R, 11, 41 VB, 71 MP. So there's all these like color numbers and the color name. I do wish that they had made the color name a little bit brighter. It's kind of a little hard to see, but then again, I'm old, so that, could just be me. So underneath this little foam protective material are the pencils. So I've never seen these before in person, so this is new to me, and they look pretty cool. They have a gold end, pretty shiny. They feel good. Yeah, see they have the short tip. It's like flattened on the end, so they're not like pointy. And then you can lift up this upper section. Bring that over there. And then you've got another section of colors. Kind of see how they have them laid out. And then there's another one. That's a lot of pencils underneath. I have a commercial on Spotify. Oh, my hands look so white. Just like, let me turn this down a little bit. Oh, maybe one more up a little bit. That's a little better. I was looking like a ghost, and I'm not that white, so because I got my little my slight summer tan. So you got some browns here, some grays. These look like the pastels here. Very cool. Okay, so they look nice. Now the question is, how good does it feel to color with them? So we will do this for a bit. Now, let me get some coffee. I got my Frida cup here. Let me move it out of the way and make sure I don't like knock it over. That's all I don't need to do. So, for the RVing, I was like, I need a coloring book. Well, I don't really, but I was like, I need a new coloring book. So I bought a new coloring book. This one is called Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. So step inside this magical coloring book. And it looks pretty cool from what I've seen. I didn't go through it all the way. Like I said, these just got here the other day. So let me scoot these over. And I have the towel down. Try not to make too much noise with that. I have the towel down because underneath here is my Tim Holtz glass media mat. And it's got all that reflection. I already have enough issue with lighting as it is with my professional. Why is it so bright up there? What if I just turn that one light off? Freak it. Okay. I don't know how else I could do it. Well, I think like one light is kind of yellow light and the other one's more white light, and they're just like at different heights, and it's just ugh. Okay. So this book, of course I have other books of hers and I like them. Look how pretty that is. I'm not going to do a full flip through. Not today. I'm still kind of tired from the trip. Even though I really like enjoy doing the RV thing, it is actually quite a bit of work. So you have to load everything that you're going to take with you into the RV and then set it up when you get there, because you can't have things like rolling around, so you can't have things like out on the counter, so on and so forth. So you have to kind of set up the interior once you get there, and then when you're ready to come home, you have to break down everything in the interior and put it all away so nothing's moving around while you're driving. And then when you get home, you have to bring everything in that you brought out there that doesn't need to stay in there. So like food, your clothing, things like that, all the stuff for the dogs. So yeah, it's kind of tiring. And it was very hot this weekend. So let's see here. Oh, there goes the AC. There's like littles. Look how precious that is. I guess that's for like little quick sessions when you don't want to do necessarily a gigantic page. And I like these kind of, you know, crafty, I scoot it over, crafty. So you got like the thread and the scissors. I like that one a lot. Here's another one with the sewing machine. That is really super intricate. Some big flowers. I think what I'm going to do, like what's the best one to test this on? And of course I have to kind of flatten it out a bit since it's brand new. Brand spanking new. Some bookshelves. This makes me think of the diamond painting I did called Magic Potion. Let me just kind of flip. Oh, she's got a color palette test page in the back. Music. I hear somebody moving around. That one's pretty cool right there. It's like crystals on a desk. Very neat. Let's do like some of these. It's like little kitchen stuff. Now, let me see if I can get the light to cooperate and not be so bright. Let me see if I can like turn it It's a little better. I know that there's settings in the camera that I can go fiddle with, but really. So let's start with maybe this one here. Now I do have my waterfall little thing going on, so let's see if I can get these kind of laid out where I can access the pencils, the logistics of coloring, right? So what color should we make? It look like little tulips. Let me start with maybe like a light yellow, and I'm going to just kind of see. I don't know if that's even going to be visible. It's such a light color. Now I haven't colored in a bit because I've been so busy diamond painting and gaming. So no guarantees on the quality. Okay, that didn't feel too bad. Now I don't know, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to keep them. Oh my God, my dog. Lily? Lily? I haven't decided if I'm going to keep them in the tin, like when I go camping. I mean, obviously, like the Caileadair set that I got came in like a huge box, and there was no way I was gonna keep them in there. So I probably won't. I wonder if I could get this closer. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. I'm gonna move the camera. Bring it down. Some more water there. I'm gonna bring it like that. Then I'm going to reconfigure. These are the things that you need to do. The autofocus and the auto exposure. So I turn them back on. And now I'll go and turn them back off. A little more light. Fiddle, fiddle. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in the sharpener. I'm going to do it left-handed. Kind of get a point on there. Get a point on there. Okay, so back to what I was saying before I had to like redo things. So I haven't colored in a bit because I've been crazy diamond painting. So if you see my other videos, you can see that I finished the Serafina diamond painting. And I did a stream on bubble flower. So I have been working on bubble flower. And then when I'm not doing that, I've been gaming. So in my game, okay, let me see something. Do I want to add anything? There goes the AC went off. Yay. Let's just add a little bit more color. So I haven't colored in a while, so just bear with me as I get warmed up using this new coloring book. It's gonna be my my get back into it sort of thing. Okay, so let's go with 43 Nova. It's this purple. Do I want purple? I guess I can do this one here purple. So in the past couple weeks, I've put in like 90 plus hours into the game I'm playing, which is insane. Like I said in my other video though, when I make a commitment to do something, I make the commitment and I follow through. So my commitment was play the game and just, you know, deal with the grind that's in the game. Because the game is a bit grindy. Now, it is an MMO. That looks really strange. I'm just going to kind of... It is an MMO, so there are other people on the server with you. And that's kind of interesting experience. I'm used to just gaming by myself. And so they have these kind of trees. They're called flow trees. Oh my god, the cat. Serious? Jewel, get a life. They have these things called flow trees, and they come in different sizes. So the big ones are really difficult to cut by yourself with your axe, and you need other people to do it with. So they've developed this kind of this commercial, kind of like a game culture within the game on how everybody cooperates to get the resource from the flow tree, which is flow wood, right? And you know, how to share in the resources. I'm gonna go with a lighter color. Let's go. This is called Sea Fog. 45 BV. I wonder how well this gold on here will stay on after being used for a while. Curious about that. So I'll just have to see. They don't feel too bad. A little strange, but not bad. But that could be just because I haven't colored in a bit, you know. That looks blue up on the screen. I wouldn't remotely know how to fix that on my camera. Really what I need is, this is plum. What I need is somebody to just come and like do all the do the settings. A little more. Do the settings, right? And then they can tell me something like, let's see, what would be an example? So they could say like, okay, well, when you're doing coloring, this is how your camera and your lighting should be, right? And then when you're diamond painting, when you're coloring, when you're doing this, that, and the other, these are the settings that you use. And I have done a little bit of research, like looking to try and figure it out to, you know, make it look better. But I just haven't quite, you know, like obviously figured it all out. But I'm not going to stress about it. That looks cute. Let's see if you can see it a little bit better. It probably won't focus because I have autofocus off, but it is purple. I don't know why it looks blue. I mean, you can tell this is a purple crayon color pencil, right? What the hey? I don't know. Okay. So let me put these back because I'm kind of done with that. That one goes there and that one goes there. Oh my gosh, my husband. All these interruptions. I sent the message that says, I'll call you back. You should know better. Let's do this. Should we test out some of these grays? Let me see. Yeah, I think like trying to get them out of these little, the little containers that they're in is just not going to be much fun after a while. So I'm just going to lay down a little bit of this gray 2, just to kind of get like a little base color on here. And then I'll start layering in something else. So I hope you're having a good week so far. I had a pretty good weekend. The trip was not bad. Camping trip was not bad. It was hot. It was like 104. Hubby did go fishing. He attempted to go fishing a bit. And didn't have any luck. No catches. But I guess he enjoyed it. Till he said it just got hot. I might do like a little light up here. Probably can't see it. Maybe a little bit. Okay, let's keep that one out. And then let's go with a little darker. Let's pull out gray 1. Oh, that definitely needs to be sharpened. Hold on. I'm trying to do that left-handed. Let me tell you, that pencil sharpener gets these things sharp. Serious. It's like, woo! So here's what I was planning for the trip. So I'm like, okay, so it's going to be hot. I knew it was going to be hot. And I'm going to be stuck kind of in the camper because, I mean, you're not going to go hiking in 104-degree weather. At least not this old lady. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to bring to do aside from bringing my Steam Deck so I could play Caileadair, right? So I'm like, okay, well, let me bring my cross stitch, the boho seaside project. I'm like, okay, I can bring that. That's cool. Let's see if I can. I want to go darker, but I don't want to break the tip. Right? Because I just sharpened it. And I don't want it to break. It's a bad mojo. So I'm like, okay, so I'll bring some cross stitch. I'll bring my markers and a coloring book. And, you know, just do some coloring. I'll do some cross stitch. I'll play some Caileadair. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. Well, it wasn't hunky-dory. First of all, the markers were old. And I mean, they were old, like from the days when I worked at Staples. So that's, like, you know, years and years ago. And so that didn't like really work out. I'm like, great, that just didn't work. Okay, so I'm like, well, let me pull out the cross stitch, which this time at least I remembered to bring the project, which last time I forgot. I brought all the thread and I forgot the project. So dumb. right? It's like, what? So here I am. I pull out the thread. I'm getting ready. I have the project on my lap. And then I come to realize that I don't have, I put a little bit more of this color over the lighter color just to give it a little bit more depth. And I come to realize when I pull, when I go to do the first thread, that I don't have my needle threader. And I clearly remembered seeing it while I was packing things, and it just like totally skipped my brain to put it in the bag with the other stuff. So needless to say, that was just screwed. Here's the black. My neighbor driving away. Sharpen it a little bit. Too crazy. So yeah, so I wasn't able to cross stitch. I wasn't able to color.
It's the pasta you love with a good source of protein. Barilla Protein Plus Pasta. The pasta taste you love with the energy you want. Tap the banner to learn more.
So I was like, well, I'm going to game. And then of course the other issue we had was with T-Mobile, the internet was being really super finicky. And I was not happy about that. I went and I looked at the like the tower info or whatever, and it was close enough. We weren't totally out in BFE. I mean, you know, the town was, you know, a couple miles away, and it was just really lousy. And I was trying to watch football while I was gaming, you know, not watch it, but like listen to it, and it was just awful. So even though I was able to game, it was a little iffy because that game requires you to be online because you're on a server. It's an MMO. So it was a little rough on the gaming part. That doesn't look too shabby for being out of practice for a little bit. I think it's okay. Kind of went out the line on one part. I'll have to erase that like down here. And I do notice that there's a little bit of like, I want to say dust, like dust. So I have this. I shouldn't be using my hand. I have this. So you can just be professional. Doesn't that look professional? For that. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, find the right color. Add some indigo. If I can get it out of here. Okay, so since I don't really like having to pull them out of these trays. I normally like when I'm coloring to have my color pencils vertical like this, and then I just grab them out of whatever they're in. So as you can see, so like I have like all of these in this like container from the dollar store, from Dollar Tree. And then I've got my bamboo, you know, twirly around thing. And so what I may end up doing is looking for something cute to put them in that I can just easily bring out to the camper. I'm using some indigo on here. And then I'm going to do this little decorative little line thing right there. Just want to give it a little bit of that blue tint. There's somebody moving. Come out just a bit and just lightly go over that. Oop, be professional. I've got some water. I won't go too long on this one. I just really wanted to show you my new pencils. My latest set. They're called Starjoy Gold. I guess because of the gold tip or whatever. Okay, so that's indigo. Now these little choochie boppers there in the middle, maybe let's go with maybe this yellow. It's called Sunshine Dawn. Let me put a little bit of it in here. So there goes the AC. One of the things that happened also this weekend is because it was so hot, it just like, I've been fighting off a heat rash on my arms for like 3 weeks. And for some reason, as I've gotten older, that heat rash has just been really super acting up. So where I tend to get it is like on my chest, under my neck, and kind of like bra line. Where else have I had it? That's mostly it. But for some reason now it's like on my arm. Like it's on my arm. So it's on both arms. And it's like it doesn't look like mosquito bites, but they're like hives. And it's just like really super itchy. See, that was cute to do it in yellow. Good choice. Let's put a little yellow around there. Okay, that looks nice. Okay, let's do these green. What kind of greens do they got? Well, they got one called green. Green. Oh no, it's apple green. We got apple green. Let me put these grays away in the black. And the indigo. So let's see. What do we want to use? They've got spring leaf. Let's use that one. Well, let's see. They've got Easter grass, grasshopper, lemon. It's like green, yellow, Lori green. I've never heard of these colors. Winter green, alien green, pale sage, and aquamarine. They have a green called outrage. Just like, do you feel outrage? What's this one? This one is just green. So I'm trying to think if they have just a one that says light green, but I don't see that. That might be Let's get in there. Um, they kind of have a light, like a light olive green. Probably that would be maybe this pale sage. So of course what I'll end up doing, well, that's kind of got like olivey tones. Let's use this one. Okay, so I have to sharpen this. No doubt about it. Because this is a really skinny little line, little area. So I'll definitely have to do the swatching. I know that there's other people that do it online, but I would just not find that super entertaining, and I'm assuming that you wouldn't find it super entertaining, because basically all you're doing is just coloring in a square. A little piece of color pencil on my hand. Can't really do this. Is such a narrow little piece of grass. It's going to be very difficult to do any kind of, this is the green shading, unless maybe like I broke out a marker or something. Okay, so back to the weekend. So I did a lot of gameplay. Listened to football. Stared out the window at the trees. A little bit of people watching. It wasn't very crowded. Usually it's pretty crowded, but it wasn't, maybe because of the heat. Because they said it was like the hottest weekend of the year or whatever. Now I'm going to do the stem. I'm going to use this spring leaf to see how dark it is. So the next trip isn't till next month, and hopefully it will be much cooler. Not so unbearable. And it really does need to rain. Like, it needs to rain. I am so over it not raining. I'm going to come in here with this green. So after I'm done with this stream, I think I'm actually going to do a Spotify ad. I'm going to do a gaming stream.
Plus pasta provides a good source of protein and fiber with the classic taste you know and love. Now available in a new fun shape, Caileadair.
I'm going to go with this one.
Is perfect as a post-run pasta salad or a quick and easy mac and cheese. Protein plus pasta, that's a win. Barilla Protein Plus Pasta. Tap the banner to learn more.
So when I do the game streams, I do the actual live part on Twitch, and then I'll upload it to Gaming with Kale on YouTube. So if you want to check that out, give me about, what time is it? Yeah, just give me about like half an hour or so. I got to switch everything over. Okay, so this one goes, this is the thing about having the tin is like what goes where. Like when you're trying to put them back and you have more than one color out. I think this one was over here. That's why I won't keep them in here, just because, like, really trying to put them all back where they were, and you have like 10 color pencils out because you're using 10 color pencils. Like, no thanks. Okay, let's go with what is this color? Oh my gosh, come out of here. Ryla Pink. Okay, these colors, yeah, they're not like standard color names. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? They can name them whatever they want. You just have to get used to them. I'm pressing a little hard there. I'll do this edge. So it's kind of like a peachy pink. Screensaver went on my PC. It's showing little bubbles. It's like, no, I don't want you to do that. This is coral. Yeah, you can definitely see that this has like more orangey compared to that other pink. Let me see. Do I want to... Oh my gosh, yeah, getting them out of here is just no fun. So I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this border black, this label border. So yeah, probably game for maybe like a couple hours. I'm on like a mission in the game. I'm trying to decorate my home with a gazebo. And to do that, it costs like a lot of gold coins in the game. Okay, so this top part, I think I'm going to do, what do I got? It's the other thing, like when you have new pencils, you have to learn the colors that are available. This is magenta. The thing about these little drawings is there's little small spaces, right? I suppose you can't really like be a perfectionist and do this. Like, maybe you can. I don't want to be a perfectionist and try and do this because I would just get mad, right, if it doesn't turn out well, or if I don't think it looks well, then I'll be like upset. And I don't want to be upset when I'm coloring or diamond painting or doing any of my, you know, crafting, crocheting, and so on and so forth, because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable, not like, oh my god, that looks terrible. I'm a terrible colorer, or I can't diamond paint worth a crap, or that looks awful, or like you're crocheting or cross stitching, like the stitches are uneven, you start like freaking out, and then it's just not enjoyable, and then you're like, I'm just not going to do this anymore because I suck at it. But if you have that thought, you'll never get anything done in your life. You'll never try anything new. So you just have to try it and just try and get better, and just do the best you can. If it doesn't turn out where it's, professional artist quality, don't worry about it. You don't even have to show anybody. Just do it for yourself. I don't like this peach thing that's there. So I think what I'm going to do, can we be creative? Let's go with, of course, now that I have the color there, I wonder if, like, I don't think I can erase it out of there. It's such a tiny little line, little space. But I wonder if I can maybe take the indigo. But of course, it'll mix with the orangey. Probably be like brownish. That's better. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't looking good with that salmon, whatever color. Okay. Might as well just go over the edge with this a little bit. Oh, I used my hand. Oh. Okay, that's not too shabby. I didn't like the salmon color as that choice there. Or I just didn't like it. Okay, so now I've just got the shelf and the towel. So let's do the shelf brown. Let's be real original. Let's be real original. This is a golden butterscotch. So I don't know what that looks like. So we're just going to put a thin layer of that down first. Okay, now let's find the brown. And of course there's several browns. You've got sienna, brown light, beige, barbecue, terracotta, burnt sienna, good earth, tree bark. Well, geez, let's go with that. Because shelves are made out of wood, right? I knocked this one out of place. Tree bark. How do you make this tiny little area look like it's got wood? Like it's got wood, like it's wood, right? I just put like little lines. I mean, like, there's not like a whole lot I can do there, I don't think. Maybe take this good earth. Just like deepen it a little bit. And I'm holding my pencil weird, but that's because I didn't sharpen this one. Okay, that's fairly good enough. Oh my gosh. Okay, then we got the towel. And then I will be done with this little baby right here. I'm going to leave that like white. Well, like, I'm not going to color in the lid like that. Just, it does. Let me look. I don't see coffee, flesh. I don't see a white in this set. That's kind of odd. Let me double check with the with this. Colors. No, that's not helping me. Let me lift this up. Let me see if there's a white. It doesn't come with a white color pencil. Okay, now don't you think that that's kind of strange? Am I like just blind? No, I'll look one more time. The light colors are not quite white. Himalayan pink, beige, like coffee cream palomino, French gray one, pale gray. I literally don't see one that says white. So that's kind of odd. So just know that if you do, excuse me, if you do buy this set of color pencils, you'll need to buy a white color pencil if you don't have any other color pencils. So yes, that's definitely something to take note of. Okay, so let's do the towel. I'm going to kind of go back to the yellow. Spotify's playing a T-Mobile ad. Oh, I was like not happy. I think what we're going to do, because we're trying their home internet, and it just didn't work very well. And I know I wasn't far from the tower because I went and I found out where it was, and they were just in the town a couple miles down the road from the park, because we were at a state park. So I'm like, yeah, what are you talking about? Like, it should work. And it worked, but it just didn't work very well, right? Okay, that song has got to go. What is that? Wait, hold on. Let's go. What's the next one? Ugh, I don't know what that was. So, yeah, I was not, trying to find just a pink. Let's do this one. This one's called Baby Kisses. That's cute. So I wasn't happy with it. Now the first trip we took when we tried out the home internet, whatever, it was okay, but we were much closer to the city. So This time we were further away. I'll keep that out. And it just didn't work that well. They have one called Vanity Pink and Pink Cotton. Let's do Pink Cotton. This is Pink Cotton. So I'm going to today do some research and we may go back to Dish. I mean, right now I'm going to turn the book. We're using Hulu for just the live TV because we watch local news. And Honey and I can watch the football games, so on and so forth. What other shows do we watch? Dr. Pol. That's about it, actually, for TV. I mean, I'm usually watching something on YouTube. And I gotta do the research and see what the pricing is. We still have the Dish stuff from the last time we were using Dish. But it was kind of a hassle when you go camping. You gotta set the Dish thing, like, you gotta try and find the satellite. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to set up. You gotta scan for the channels. Once it finds the satellite, it's got to scan for the channels, update the guide. I usually try and update the guide like before we even leave, right? And it's just kind of a pain. And I just didn't like enjoy it. So, I mean, we may just have to go back to that, you know? I just got to check the price. It's not like Hulu with live TV is that cheap. How about like that? Now, what if that was magenta. So what if I take, what color is this? Come out. This is violet. What if I take violet and come down here over these lines? Whoop! You see that? Don't press so hard. Oh my gosh. Oh, we'll see. Dude, get off. Just kind of come down here. This little thread on a border. And then go over these. So with the towel, I'm kind of picking up the colors of the purple vase. And the pink in this jelly container. I think it's jelly. That's what it looks like. We'll pretend that it is. Kind of a little color, a color mashup. Let's put it that way. And come around the edge. Put a little bit of the purple over the magenta. This little line here. Deepen it up a bit. That is so precious. Okay, so now the interior, I don't have white. Let's just go with, I'll pull out my Prismacolor cloud blue and just come in here and then take where is look for my white. This is the Brut Funner white. So we'll just put that in there. Come in here. Kind of blend some of that in. And I believe these are oil based as well. Just kind of smooth some of this out with the white. Come down on the handle. That looks a little bit better. Make the vase look round as best I can. I'm not like the best at doing that. I'm still learning how to do that. So, all right, let me see. Put these back where they were for now until I find something to put them in. The sun is finally starting to come out. Can't believe it. Okay. So you can also take, and I keep them handy, a Q-tip. Well, you can see how much brighter it got in here. And you can kind of like go over this, you know, and just kind of smooth things out if you want. Kind of like give it a bit of a smoothing out. I mean, you can see it on here, right? Oh, the sun, yay. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do, one thing I did notice, that on this edge over here, some of that, like the dust, kind of spread over here. Why is this thing so dirty? See if I can use this towel here that I have the coloring book sitting on. Clean that. Of course, then I get like towel lint. Wonder what else I could use. Like, what's a good like eraser cleaner? I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not perfect. Okay. There we go. So let me put the auto focus back on. if this will cooperate. Excuse me, my allergies like just decide to like act up. Okay. So that's putting the auto back on. So you can see when I move, it changes the light and the water. And here's how it looks. This is a little coffee pot, little jar of jelly, and a little vase with some little flowers. I can probably make back here, the back side of the flower, maybe a little darker. I might add like a little orange. There. So there you go. So this book has these little lovely little things all throughout it. So, I mean, like, look at this. So if you're just looking for, look at this butterfly. If you're looking for a book that has, you know, some more complex pictures in it, but also just like little bits and bobs. You know, like, so like this one, even though it's like a whole full picture, one day you can come and just do like this top shelf. These little jars right here, right? They're not all where, like, I mean, look at these little desserts. Like, you can come in, let's say you only have, you know, half an hour to color. You can come in and work on one of these. Yeah. I mean, it took me a little bit longer because I'm going over the color pencils and getting used to them and the colors and so on and so forth. But if you're using like your usual normal color pencils that you're used to, you know the colors and you'll be able to pick and choose a lot quicker. But this book gives you that opportunity to do more complex and then more simple, like these little clothes here, or like a whole closet, right? Again, here's the vanity and all of this kind of more intricate, you know, filigree type stuff around the edges. Or you can just, you know, come over on the page right next to it and do like the comb and brush or the perfume bottles or the nail polish bottles, right? So it kind of gives you that variety, and I really appreciate that. Now, some of these things, some of the more, what did I say, smaller items, I'm trying to think like what's a good example. Maybe like in here, so like on this shelf, there's some, it looks like little cups with pencils in them. So that might be like marker, like you start getting into like gel marker territory. These 2 pages right here, I have no idea how I would even do that. That's so like complex, and it's a repetitive pattern. And so if you start doing one, do you want that to do them all the same? And I would never be able to do them all the same. So, but she's got like all sorts of little thises and thatses that you can just do, you know, like this one here would be hard for me. It would be hard for me if I did this in color pencil only. But I could probably do this with color pencil and marker. So it's a beautiful book. I mean, this thing right here in color pencil, to me, without having some marker going on in there, would be a bitch. It'd be like, oh my god, this is like, it's just small little intricate spaces. Yeah, that would be a little rough. But some of the other ones, you know, you can do color pencil. I mean, like this one here. Look at these little, there's little spaces in here in these designs of this origami, right? And so that, you know, like getting your color pencil tip in there might be a little difficult. So some of these little things would be probably easier with gel pens. But look at the little shoes, the umbrella. It's just really, really precious. It is a very nice coloring book. Of course, since it's a Johanna Basford, the paper's awesome. I mean, like, you're not going to have any problem if you try to use a little bit of a liquid, you know, water medium type thing on here. It probably, depending on how much water you use, it may not go through to the other side, but I bet it would be probably an alcohol marker. Let's just take one. Ooh. And let's just kind of just do like that, a little quickie. Yeah, you'll be able to, it'll go to the other side of the page. And these aren't single-sided pages, so you don't want to do that. So alcohol markers are out for this book. But color pencils and maybe gel pens, you'll have to do a test on the back side. I mean, I have markers. Like right here, I've got the Statler Tripless Fine Liners. Let's take a look-see. That one maybe just a little bit. Maybe the darker colors might be different. Oh my gosh, might be different. Let's see. Let's see. I hear the little puppy. Ooh, I messed my towel up. Hey, knock it off. No. I have no idea what the part. Yeah, so I can see a little bit. So you might want to be careful with the markers. Use the camera's moving. Use the lighter colors, or just do the test on this back page, which is for that, and then you'll know. So that's it for my coloring today. The dogs are barking. They're obviously awake. I have no idea what they're barking at. So I like the color pencils. I like the choice of colors. I am surprised that there isn't a white color pencil in there. Usually when you have this many colors, I mean, it's 120 colors, you usually have white. I mean, they have black, but where's the white? So that's really puzzling. And I may, like, you know, mention that to them. It's like, where's your white color pencil? So once I find a container to put them in, I will take them out of the tin. I probably, I don't know, I might keep the tin for something else. Maybe like paper stock or some other crafting supplies. I mean, I like the space theme because, of course, Celestial Realms, I love the stars. So that part of it's pretty cool. You know, you can always use this for something else. So anyhow, I'm off to prep myself to do some live gaming on Caileadair. I will be on Twitch at Gaming with Kale. If you don't have time to watch the live stream, excuse me, which will go a couple of hours if I can do it without the dogs driving me insane, which they do tend to do. Then you can always just watch it on YouTube on the Gaming with Kale channel, because I'll upload it there. So, oh my gosh, that's Misty. What are they barking at? I'm going to go take a look. You all have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous week. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. My pardon for weird lighting and so on and so forth. The sun decided to finally come from behind the clouds, or it burned off the cloud, the morning clouds, or whatever was happening out there. So enjoy, and I'll see you next time.